Everybody has this moment. You're a little kid, cereal in hand, about to enjoy some Saturday morning cartoons. You're watching Dexter's Lab. You love this show, when all of a sudden you notice something. And in that moment, you feel different. All of a sudden, everything is confusing, but also sort of makes sense. In that moment, you realize why you were put on this planet. And that, my friends, is arousal. Since the dawn of man, arousal has been a burden on progress. Trying to invent something? Good luck.
What the fuck?
Signing an important document? Uh-oh. Is your friend giving an impassioned speech? Oh, Jesus. For millennia, man has had to be satisfied with paintings, sculptures, and war to quell their desires. And while the first adult film is a mystery lost to time, the first animated adult film has been preserved.
Welcome back to the Awesome Muffin Show. Today's topic of conversation, we're talking peens and vagines of the animated variety. That's right, boys and girls, we are talking about the world's first animated porno... Oh no, not again.
I've got you in my sights.
I guess we'll just have to talk about this somewhere else. Okay. Yeah, that should work. Let's go. Okay, where am I?
Welcome to Muffin's Bar. What can I get for you?
Hey, can you tell me what year it is?
Well, it is currently 1928.
1928? Isn't that the middle of Prohibition? How are you operating a bar?
Hey, you wanted to use a bar as a set. Stop asking so many questions.
Fair enough.
Well, what can I get for you?
I'll take a whiskey if you got it.
Coming right up.
So anyway, this is where our story starts. Is that Fireball?
What did I say about asking so many questions?
You're right. Our story starts in 1928. Calvin Coolidge is currently the US president. The world state is currently in between two world wars.
To what?
Oh, don't worry about that. Things are going pretty well in the US, at least until next year.
Well, what happens next year?
Now look who's asking all the questions. Ooh. Walt Disney has just released his first Mickey Mouse animation called Plain Crazy. I bet you thought it was Steamboat Willie.
I'll be honest, I have no idea what you're talking about, sir.
The world of animation is currently starting to take hold, and that's thanks due to one man named Winsor McCay. McCay was considered by many to be the father of modern animation, including everyone in the US. But little did he and everyone else know that he was actually beaten by a couple years by a Frenchman named Emile Cole.
Those damn French.
But really, that's beside the point. McCay had inspired an entire generation of animators, some of the all-time greats like Walt Disney himself and Max Fleischer, who, we'll get back to him later, but he created Betty Boop and the animated version of Popeye the Sailor. But in his old age, Winsor McCay began to hate the state of animation. He claimed that animation was supposed to be about the art, the passion, and now you've got all these hotshot young animators doing it for the money. Ew, they're trying to make a living off of it. How could they?
Those bastards.
Yes, thank you. So anyway, when a group of these animators found out that their idol thought so little of them, they decided to try and change his mind. They were gonna host a dinner in Winsor McCay's honor. But it couldn't just be any old dinner. They needed to do something to prove to Winsor that they were truly passionate about the art of animation. So what did they do? Well, they decided to make an animation of their own just for him. Something special, something the world had never seen before. And if you read the title of this video, you might have an idea of what it is. So this group of animators, which included the previously mentioned Max Fleischer, along with Paul Terry, who was the inventor of Mighty Mouse, and the guys over at the Mutt and Jeff studio, who made, well, Mutt and Jeff. They banded together in order to create the world's first adult animation, with the added bonus that they didn't need to make any money off of it, so all gloves were off. You can demonetize it if you want to, nobody cares. So the idea they had was that one studio would animate the first part, they would send the last keyframe to the next studio without revealing what they've done so far, and do that until all 3 studios had gotten their hands on it. Now keep in mind that no other studio knew what the others were doing. That'll be important later. But now came the difficult part, which was transferring all the hand-drawn animation onto film. But there was one major problem. Because of the nature of the animation, no US film studio wanted to touch the thing. See, back in the day, they used to have this giant camera that would go through and take pictures of each individual drawing in order to transfer it to film. Nowadays, we often take for granted just how painstaking that process was.
This game only runs at 30 FPS instead of 60 FPS? F***ing cringe, can't play it, bro!
So the gang decided to do what any rational person in this situation would do. They went to Cuba.
Yeah, they'll do anything in Cuba.
Good to know.
Anything.
Anyway, now all that was left was to show Windsor the animation, the fruits of their labor, not to mention the little spice that nobody had seen the full thing. They were all gonna see it for the first time together. Thus, Ever Ready Hard-On in Buried Treasure was born. And when you think 1920s, the first time anybody had animated any sort of adult content, it was probably pretty tame, you know, maybe some boobies, maybe a little bit of vagine, you know, whatever, but no. These guys made a 6-minute black and white animation with no sound, you know, it's a silent animation, where our titular hero,
Tit.
named Ever Ready Hard-On, like really, he gets into some of the most debaucherous shit I have ever seen. I mean, let's just dive in. The beginning of the video starts with him running away from horny Amazons. The man then shoots his pecker off while he's being chased by bees. He winds up getting into a sword fight with another man. And by sword, I mean they fought with their dicks. Oh, real quick, what's one thing that a lot of classic animations had in common? Do you know? Animals, you know? Think about Mickey Mouse, think about Oswald the Lucky Rabbit, you know, all of these older animations use a lot of animals. These studios were used to animating animals. They had him the animals. I'm talking squirrels in a tree, my man gets crabs at one point, there's a guy a donkey, our main hero sticks his little pecker through a glory hole, and what's on the other side? A cow. I mean, this animation has absolutely no chill. When I looked into this, I thought it would be some like, we're uppity buppity, look at this, the lady, the boobies. But no, it's just a dude getting into a bunch of hijinks with his dick out. And remember how earlier I said that no other studio had any idea what the others were doing? They all came to the same conclusion independently that they wanted to fuck around with animals. Dude, what the fuck? Now, it has been said that the laughter from everybody watching this animation was said to be so loud that it could have blown the roof off of the building. So I guess you could say it was a success. Ooh, and you want to know the best part? It's been almost 100 years since this animation was made, but it's still available online. Yeah, you can go find it on archive.org right now and watch it. As long as you're, you know, of age and stuff. Oh no. Well, that's it for me, folks. I'll see you next time, and stay freaky.
Thank you.